Every evening at 5 o'clock, the old dog takes his post. He waits beside the door for you, the one who loved him most. I've tried to tell him, Lord, I've tried, in every tone I know. But a dog believes in the living, he doesn't understand the goal. So I sit beside him in the fading hall and let him wait. Two of us believing you might still come through the gate. Oh, dogs, don't forget, they were built to hold the thread, to keep the leash of love from going slack after we're dead. He sniffs the air for traces, he searches every room. Old dogs, don't forget, they're stuck forever in your June. Door, curled around it like a question mark about what you were for. I didn't have the heart to wash it, still don't have it now. So your scent is slowly fading, and I'm watching the old dog bow. Each evening when the light turns amber, he's still at his post and true. And I'm not sure if he's waiting for you or teaching me to. Oh, dogs, don't forget, they were built to hold the thread, to keep the leash of love from going slack after we're dead. He sniffs the air for traces, he searches every room. Old dogs, don't forget, they're stuck forever in your June. Lord, give me a love like that old dog's, all body, no mind, just the waiting and the watching and the heart. Give me 5 o'clock faith that doesn't calculate the odds, that kind of love's not blindness, that's the host kind of art. Oh, dogs, don't forget, and lately neither do I. I join him at the door some evenings, and we don't ask why. He sniffs the air, I hold your coat, we watch the daylight then. Oh, dogs, don't forget, and that's how we're keeping you in. I remember the exact sound of the phone before I answered, ringing in a quiet house, the sunlight cantered, the birds were going about their ordinary noise, and the world was still containing you inside right, it's poise. That half ring, that last second, is the place I keep returning. The moment right before the knowing and the burning, the sound before the word. I live inside that ring, that last pure note of before, the last unknowing thing. Let me stay inside that moment where you're still here and warm. The sound before the word, before the grief became the storm. The blue cup, the light, the radio playing something soft, the ordinary right. If I can get back to before the phone, I can stay in the clear. If I can live before the knowing, Lord, you're still here. But the ring always becomes the voice becomes the news, and the world uncontains you, and I'm left to choose the sound before the word. I live inside that ring, that last pure note of before, the last unknown. Before the grief became the storm. Maybe grief is just the echo of a ring that won't complete the sound of before and after crashing in the street. And I'm the room they're meeting in the wall between the two. The sound before the word, and then the loss of you. The sound before the word. Someday the phone inside my chest, hear what I already know. But tonight I'm in that moment, coffee warm and morning clear. The sound before the word, one breath, and you're still here. A town that burned to ash. The conductor called your name, but you were gone in a flash. Every seat a hollow mirror of your face. I'm riding rails to nowhere just to fill your empty space. The engine moans like something lost inside my chest. I press your photograph against the window of my rest. The last train home will never reach the station. Your hand's the only map I knew, your voice my navigation. I'm chasing smoke and signal bells dark and plain, the last train home. I'll ride it till I find you once again. Porter sweeps the aisle where you once left your coat. I fold that phantom fabric till it fills my swollen throat. Outside, the fields are burning in the winter's amber haze. I trade my whole tomorrow for one ordinary day. The engine moans, it knows the route I'm riding has no end, and every depot whispers names of those I cannot mend. The last train home will never reach the station. Your hand's the only map I knew, your voice my navigation. I'm chasing smoke and signal bells across a darkened plain. The last train home, I'll ride it till I find you once again. Maybe the dead don't wait at platforms, maybe the living are the ones who haunt. But Lord, I swear I heard the brakes screaming softly, the sound of everything you meant to say but couldn't want. The last train home has long since left the station. Your hand's the phantom compass of my lonely navigation. I walk these tracks of iron silence, barefoot in the rain. The last train home, your name the only thing that will remain. I haven't moved the ashtray since the night you left it full. Your brand of cigarettes, the glass you rinsed, the one you didn't pull. Your coat still hangs beside the door like it's expecting you to call. And I keep all the lights on low so shadows won't recall. The room has memorized your gestures, every shift and every lean. I'm the only thing inside it that doesn't know what all this means. You're smoking the wallpaper, perfume in the grain. The shape your shoulder left is pressed into the pain. The house remembers everything I'm trying to forget. You're smoking the wallpaper, and honey, you're not gone yet. The coffee table has a ring from where you set your cup each night. I work around it like a shrine, I dare not make it right. The plaster holds the echo of your laughter at 2 a.m. I press my ear against the wall and hear you breathing once again. The room is just a paper box that caught your whole existence, and I'm a ghost who wandered in and mistook it for persistence. You're smoking the wallpaper, perfume in the grain. The shape your shoulder left is pressed into the pain. The house remembers everything I'm trying to forget. You're smoking the wallpaper, and honey, you're not gone yet. One day I'll have to paint these walls, cover every ghost with white. But right now your absence is the only thing that makes this place feel right. You're smoking the wallpaper, a bruise in the light. I breathe you in at morning, and I breathe you out at night. The house will outlast both of us. It'll hold 100 more. But right now, you're smoking the wallpaper, and I can't open the door. I keep your photograph behind the coffee tin, so I don't see it when the ordinary week rolls in. But Tuesdays, Lord, I don't know why, the light comes in sideways and sharp, and the tin gets moved, and there you are, the whole shot arrow of my heart. You're always laughing at a joke I can no longer hear, and the summer behind you never ages. You just stay right there. The photograph on Tuesdays, it's the ambush of the week. Your eyes still young as ever, while my bones begin to creak. You're frozen in that garden, I'm still walking in the rain. The photograph on Tuesdays, it's the sweetest kind of pain. I've tried to move the tin to somewhere I won't reach on reflex, but the hand remembers what the mind would rather circumspect. Some Tuesdays I sit down with you and tell you all the news. The world keeps spinning without you, and honey, it confuses. You're always in that yellow dress, your hair done up just right, and I'm still here on Tuesdays, losing you in the afternoon light. The photograph on Tuesdays, it's the ambush of the week. Your eyes still young as ever, while my bones begin to creak. You're frozen in that garden, I'm still walking in the rain. The photograph Tuesdays. I've stopped trying to hide it now. I leave it out all week and let the grief do what it knows how. You're frozen in that garden. I'm still walking in the rain. The photograph on Tuesdays. That's the sweetest pain. I've been borrowing your weather since you went away, wearing your gray mornings through the ordinary day. You left your storms behind you, all your fog and all your frost. Now I walk around in your climate. That's the way the seasons lost. The barometer still reads you, low pressure in my chest. Every night your temperature, the cold side of the rest. I'm borrowing your weather, wearing somebody else's rain. The sky you saw last Tuesday is the sky I'm seeing again. Your clouds rolled in and stayed here when you had no use for them. I'm borrowing your weather, babe, and I can't give it back again. Some people leave their furniture, some leave their rings and vows. You left me all your seasons, all your slants of light and clouds. I've borrowed your October with its smell of wood and smoke, the way the cold came through the window before either of us woke. I've worn your winters longer than the calendar allows. I'm forecasting your absence in the band of every bow. I'm borrowing your weather, wearing somebody else's rain. The sky you saw last Tuesday is the sky I'm seeing again. Your clouds rolled in and stayed here when you had no use for them. I'm borrowing your weather, babe, and I can't give it back again. Maybe one morning I'll wake up to weather of my own, a sky that hasn't known your name, a sun that stands alone. But until then, I walk beneath your second-hand blue-gray, borrowing your weather, babe, to get through one more day. I'm borrowing your weather, and I'm wearing it all wrong. The rain that knew your shoulders doesn't know where I belong. Keep every cloud you left, each cold front, every squall. I'm borrowing your weather, love, and it's the most of you at all. takes everything south. Names, years, the taste of your perfume. I threw your letters in the Mississippi, watched them sail away. Hope the current carry all this weight before the break of day. The catfish swallowed up your handwriting, your curves, your ink. Now I stand knee deep in muddy water, Lord, I'm starting to sink. But that river's got a memory like God, it forgets nothing ever. It just carries it down to the sea where it lives forever. River don't remember, and that's the hardest part. It moves through everything unchanged while I fall apart. Your name is silt now, deep below the undertow. River don't remember, but baby, I can't let go. The willows on the bank are combing out their silver hair. They've seen 1,000 widows drown their grief in the open air. I add my share, I add my season to this ancient flood. My sorrow and your memory mixed together in the mud. And Lord, that river rises every spring without a reason, like grief comes back to flood the same fields every season. River don't remember, and that's the hardest part. It moves through everything unchanged while I fall apart. Your name is silt now, deep below the undertow. River don't remember, but baby, I can't let go. I asked an old man sitting on the levee what to do. He said, son, the river's not supposed to grieve for you. That's the work of the living. Carry what the water won't. Carry it until your back breaks, then carry it when you don't. River don't remember, no, rivers never mourn. They just keep moving south through every man that's torn. Your name is Delta mud beneath a sunless sky. River don't remember, so I will till the day I die. We almost bought that house out on the Carver Road. We almost said the words before the winter turned us cold. We almost had a daughter, Lord, we almost had a name. We almost made it through without the fire taking the frame. Almost is a shadow with a perfect human shape. Almost is the door you held just long enough to let me take. I keep almost in a jar beside the bed. All the lives we nearly lived inside my heavy head. Almost is the cruelest word in any tongue or tongue. The jar of almost honey, that's how grief is sung. That's how grief is sung. We almost had a summer without the shadow of the rain. We almost learned to dance together more than once without the pain. I almost called you back that night before you hit the road. The phone rang out to nothing and my whole future was sold. Almost is the weight of every action not yet taken. Almost is the self that didn't act when I was shaken. I keep almost in a jar beside the bed. All the lives we nearly lived inside my heavy head. Almost is the cruelest word in any tongue or tongue. The jar of almost honey, that's how grief is sung. Somebody told me that the dead don't dream of what they miss, that the almost only haunts the one still on the list. So I carry every almost till I finally arrive at the life that wasn't almost, just the proof I am alive. I'll empty out the jar one night when I am finally strong. Pour the almost in the river, let them carry the song along. But not tonight, tonight they're all I have of us in tune. The jar of almost, baby, glowing silver in the moon. The doctor said we had 6 months, you heard a year. And I heard nothing after that, just the static in my ear. We rearranged the furniture, we threw the old shoes out, lived on borrowed seconds while the clock was running out. And baby, every morning was a market I'd have bought, every stupid argument a treasure I had fought. Borrowed time, paid in full, no receipt and no refund. Every laughter and every tear invoiced to the fund. I signed my name in love, and Lord, I'd sign it all again. Borrowed time, paid in full, and I owe nothing to the pain. feel the cold. You said every season's borrowed, that's what makes it gold. I thought you were just being brave, I know now you were right. You couldn't wait for summer when you had February light. And baby, every photograph we took without a thought, turns out we were archiving everything we had inside. Borrowed time, paid in full, no receipt and no refund. Every laughter and every tear and voice to the fund. I signed my name in love, and Lord, I'd sign it all again. Borrowed time, paid in full, and I owe nothing to the pain. Grief is just the bill arriving after the banquet ends. And I ate well, Lord, I ate so well. I feasted with my friends. So I'll pay every installment with my eyes clear and my chin up. Borrowed time, paid in full. I drank the whole damn cup. Borrowed time, borrowed time, oh, borrowed time, oh, I drank the whole damn cup. Borrowed time, paying full, borrowed time, paying full, borrowed time. And I am not ashamed. We lived a leveraged life, and God, I'm glad we came. Every creditor of sorrow, every repo of the heart. Borrowed time, paid in full, from the very start.